Good evening, all. I'm getting ready to prepare shrimp etouffee. I got my pot on. I'm getting ready to make my roux, which will take 1/4 cup of oil and 1/4 of a cup of flour. And I'm going to get that going to make my roux. Over here, I have my seasoning. I have bell pepper, celery, and onions. That's the trinity. I'm also going to add garlic, parsley, and various other seasonings. I'm going to come right back to you. I also have my skillet on for to put some butter and go ahead and saute my shrimp. I got about a pound and a half of shrimp. So hold on a second. Okay, I'll get my roux going. Now right now it's blonde. I want it to be a golden brown to a brown, not too dark because I don't want it to appear to be burning. So I'm working with that, making my roux. Remember to use your wooden spoon. Okay, I'm going to come back once I get my roux to the desired color that I like it. Stay tuned. Okay, you see it's getting a little darker. You just continue to stir while it's darkening. You can't do too much really when you're fooling with this roux because you don't want it to burn. If the roux burns, guess what? You got to start from square one. And I'm not trying to start from square one. So I'm going to stand here and get it the color. All right. All right, it's getting there. It's darkening. In about maybe 2-3 more minutes, it'll be at the desired color. All right. I'll get right back with you. Okay, see there, it's getting there, y'all. It's getting there. In about another minute or so, I'm going to move it off because I really don't want it to burn. There's nothing like bad burnt roux. You can taste that throughout the meal. And that you don't want to do. I don't do this too often. Only like with my gumbos and specialty gravies, I'll do a roux. But I really don't like to do it because it takes too much attention. Okay, y'all, this is my desired color of my roux. I'm going to move it off the fire and I'll be right back to saute these shrimp. Okay, I'm sauteing. I'm getting ready to saute my shrimp. And I'm melting my butter. And I'm going to add my seasoning to that as soon as that butter melt down. I have my fire on like a medium high because I don't want to burn that butter. That's another thing you don't want to mess up. You don't want to burn your butter. That's another nasty taste. So that's what I'm working on now. While I'm doing this, I could show you some of my seasoning. I have my garlic powder, my parsley flakes, Tony Sashery or any Creole seasoning that you have, that you prefer, your preference. I have some regular iodized salt and some black pepper. You season to your taste. This is just the things that I'm using in it. I know a lot of people do different things with this seasoning. I may use some red peppers as well and some cayenne. But Tony Sashery is pretty seasoned. And I don't like to do it too spicy because I like it, but, you know, Mama can't have it. So, and she has to eat. Okay, now that I got this basically melted, I'm trying to maneuver with this stupid phone, this camera, but it's not stupid. But here's my seasoning, my celery, onion, I'm gonna let that kind of wither down, and then I'll add my salt. I'm sorry, add my shrimp. But first I'm gonna add a little shake of salt, not much, about 1/4 of a teaspoon. Okay. And then I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. Okay. Same thing with the garlic powder and the rest of my seasoning. I'm adding about a tablespoon of Tony Sachet to it, but about a teaspoon of garlic powder, my dried parsley flakes. And okay, here we go with the sachet. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of that because we want some flavor. All right. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this cook down. But look at this roux color. This is the consistency of the roux color. You know, that's the color I want. A nice brown. All right, I set that to the side. Okay, I'll get back with you in a second. Okay, I'm back, y'all. You see, it's cooking down. It's cooking down. That seasoning, gotta cook that down, you know, before I add them shrimp in there. Also, I put on me a pot of rice, because you know you gotta have that good old rice with that etouffee. You can't eat that naked. Okay. Yeah. This will be very flavorful. If you're from New Orleans or down south, you know something about that trinity. That's bell peppers, onions, and celery. If you ain't got that in your food, you ain't cooking. I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, while I'm waiting on this to smother down, I'm going to add some minced garlic. Let me let you see what I'm using. Minced garlic. Okay, that's 2 teaspoons of it. I like garlic, y'all. I don't know about nobody else, but I like garlic. All right, shrimp, you're going to go in there in a minute. Okay, as you can see, I've added the shrimp. It's going to take them exactly 5 to 7 minutes to get to its cook stage, you know. And then I'm gonna throw them in that roux and see what it's hitting for. Always with your shrimp, be sure you check so you won't have no little shells or them little whiskers in your stuff. I've washed and cleaned them, and I season them up. Some Paul Prudhomme seafood seasoning and a little bit of Tony Sachet just for some added flavor to the shrimp. So I'm going to let that cook us a minute, and I'll be back at you when I add it to the roux. And then we'll be in the making. Now, with my roux, it looks a little, don't look like it's enough. I'm going to add some juices to it. I usually add like a stock to it. And I probably will add a little chicken stock. I didn't get the seafood stock because I froze my shrimp, and if it's not fresh, I don't like, you know, making my stock from the frozen head. So I discarded that. I'll use a little chicken stock in place, but I prefer the seafood stock from the shrimp that you peel. Okay, I'll be back with you shortly. The chicken stock I'm going to use about a cup or so of this, maybe a little bit more than a cup of it, that I'll add to my roux. Okay, let's take a peep over here at this. Yeah, they getting there. They getting there. And I'm pull that over and pour that in that stock, and y'all see what it's hitting for, y'all. Yeah. I usually have more shrimp than this, but you know, ain't nobody here today but me and my sister and, of course, Mama. And I know once I cook this little bit, it's going to draw 'em. They must smell it at their houses. I don't know. But this is what I have. So this is what I'm working with. All right. Them shrimp just about there. They're kind of big. And what I don't do, I don't cut my shrimp. Some people cut up shrimp. I just don't do that because I'm a shrimp lover. So I be having pretty decent sized shrimp in my food. That's because I love shrimp. All right, y'all. I'm about to switch this over to my roux pot. The pot with my roux in it. And I'll get back at you as soon as I get that on. Ooh, wee, y'all. Look. I done transferred it in that stock. I done transferred it. Look at that. Look how nice that look. Oh, Lord. Lord, I know it's going to be good, yeah. I know it's going to be good. Well, hold up a second. Let me turn this fire down because you don't want to burn it. You don't want to burn it. So I tell you about a medium to medium high, you know, because you don't want it to burn. You don't ever want your food to burn. That's a catastrophe. That look pretty good, huh, y'all? What you see? What you see? That's looking good. Okay, I'm pouring that cup of chicken stock I told y'all about a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more. That ain't enough. And I'm going to get that stirring. I'm trying to operate with one hand. All right, that's about a cup and a half. Yeah, I've added that stock. I added about a cup and a half of that chicken stock. Like I said, I didn't make my seafood stock with my shrimp heads because I was working with, what I did was froze my shrimp and came to them at a later date. And I don't use them shrimp heads after I freeze them. So I used a half a cup of shrimp. I mean a cup and a half of chicken stock. And I'm going to let this come to a little boil, and then I'm going to reduce that heat under it and let it simmer for about 30 minutes. And I'll get back at you with the finished result. Okay, here we go. The finished product. Don't that look so delicious? That looks wonderful. That's Shrimp Etouffe. Thank you for watching, and I'll come at you at another time with something different. As always, till next time, bon appetit.